Hi everyone, it is the Charming Giraffe, and today is day 4 of our experiment. So today is our 50-50 ratio of paint to Floetrol. So I will show you one color and then we will speed you up through the rest of the colors. So today it will be 27 milliliters of paint. And once again, I've measured the paint with 27 milliliters of Floetrol. So there's our 50-50, same amounts. And then for somewhat consistency, 6 milliliters of water. If we were making this to really use it for pour, I would probably put more water in it just to make it more consistent, the consistency, but for the sake of our experiment, we're keeping the water the same throughout all. So now we will stir. So this will probably be our thickest batch yet. Oh, it's a different size cup than before, than what we used all week. So this is going to look like less paint potentially. Even to me, I was like, why is there so little in here? And it's because our cup size is different. We were using, here, let me get you one, this size cup earlier compared to this size. So it's going to look like there's less paint in the cup, but it's the same just because the cup is bigger. So I will get this stirred and then get the other 3 colors mixed, and then we'll come back to do our 2 pours. The pours today will be the same, flip cup and a tree ring. We'll start with the tree ring and then see what happens. So we'll be right back. Alright, so we've got everything mixed. We are ready to fill up our cup for the tree ring pour. So it will go in the same order: white, blue, yellow, red. So far, not a lot of movement in the cup, which I'm kind of expected. It is very thick, so we'll have to wait and see how that impacts the painting. And wish me luck here, guys. I've got Floetrol everywhere, so I keep sticking my hand in it. Alright, here we go with the tree ring. I feel like our white always gets hidden. That's in the middle of the painting, like in the cup. The white at the end that mixes with the blue comes out pretty well, but the white that's in the middle seems to get lost. Definitely some cool purple tones over here. We'll see if we can save them. I hate it when like the outside ring is like beautiful, because you know it's always going to either fall off the edge or get covered up by the others. We need gloves. Where are the gloves? There they are. Alright, let's tilt this bad boy. Just don't know what I should run off first. guess this side will be it. I'm going to help it along a little bit. I guess this painting will also be a good one to test to see if there's any, I think it's called crazing. I just call it cracks in the painting because this one might end up pretty thick, and see if there is more of that on this painting than on others. Because I've always kind of blamed it that I've left the paint on here too thick, even though I have no like evidence of that. That's just my guess. And so this will be a way to tell, because this definitely will be thicker paint. Obviously you can run it off until it's thin enough, which might happen. Just moving so slowly, so this part will take a minute, guys. I'm sorry. Just because it's so thick. Once again, it seems like we got a lot of blue from that middle there, which is kind of expected. That's normally why I do put a base coat down, just to help it flow, so that your middle section doesn't just get completely stretched out. But once again, for the sake of the experiment, I did not do that. You can see how slowly it's moving. It's like barely. But like compared to the paint that we had left on the, that we like ran off before, you can tell like it's a lot less. So I will bring you in for the close-up. I think I'll have it go this way today. Alright, here we are for the close-up. We did get a lot of blue, white, and pink throughout this painting. We'll start in the lower left. We've got mainly blues and whites, one line of purple, a few lines of green, one line of like red or yellow, tiny line there, a little bit of orange. Up here we get a lot of colors. I really like this corner here. Got the whole rainbow. And then mainly just the blues, pinks, and whites. It's kind of cotton candy hurricane theme here. And then one little corner here with some yellow to orange to red, kind of strange little segment there. Really pretty. So far not a ton of cells, a few little bitty ones, one decent sized one I guess, but not a whole lot. I will move this to a safe drying area and we'll come back into the float cup. Alright, we are back for the float cup. We do have some, not a lot, but we do have some cells in our cup. So that gives us some hope that we'll get some coming through on the painting, so we'll have to see that tomorrow. Will be when we compare all of the paintings next to each other and how they dried. So we will have to wait and see for that. But in the meantime, we will get our flip cup started here. And like we did the rest of the week, I'm just going to pour them all in the same order. We will let this sit here and work its way down the cup for a minute, and then we'll come back and see what we get. Alright, let's see what we get here. I'm loving that orange that's come through. Here's our cup. And I always love the white because I know like some crazy like cells are gonna pop through and it's gonna look amazing. There's a lot of paint on here, so it will have to be ran off. Actually, this will be the one time where the white stays white. After I said, we get crazy cells in the white. But no, we're getting some blue cells through here. We lost all that orange. Maybe it'll pop back through. I feel like there's still a ton of paint on here. But I don't know what to do about it. I think it's just thick paint, so I'm not going to worry about it. We'll see if we get crazy or not. I think that's the right word. If it's not, and you guys know the right word, let me know in the comments. I think that's the right word, though. I just always call it cracks, though. So yeah, we're definitely getting some blue cells, a few little bitty tiny dots of red cells. Even over here. I'll bring you in for the close-up. Alright, here we are for the close-up. So mainly white. We got some white and blue background here with a lot of little blue cells popping through and a few red cells. Actually, I think there's some green cells in there also. I think more will start to pop through as it dries. Upper right corner, pretty much the same thing, or upper left corner. White and light blue wispy background with some little bitty cells. We actually get some darker blue background here with some more little bitty tiny cells. And this lower right corner's got some greens and yellows also. But so far, just a whole bunch of little bitty cells. Maybe not even a whole bunch, but I think more will pop through as it dries. So I'll have to wait and see for that. This was experiment 4 of 4. So tomorrow we will do the how did they dry and compare all of the paintings against one another and see how the different ratios impacted the different paintings that we've done. I hope you've enjoyed this experiment. If you have any suggestions for experiments to try, or color combinations or techniques or anything really, just leave them in the comments. I'll be happy to help. I do want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and do what makes you happy.